In 1994, archaeologists discovered something that shouldn't exist, a 12,000-year-old temple, older than the pyramids, older than civilization itself. And it just rewrote everything we thought we knew about human history. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you watched our last video on ancient mysteries, you know we don't settle for mainstream answers. Today, we're going deep. Most of us learned that civilization started around 5,000 years ago. Mesopotamia, Egypt, agricultural revolution. Humans learned to farm, build cities, create societies. Right? Wrong. In southeastern Turkey, on a hilltop called Göbekli Tepe, archaeologists found something that obliterates everything in that textbook, a massive stone temple, dating back to 9,650 BCE. Let me put that in perspective. That's before agriculture. That's before people supposedly settled down and built permanent structures. We're talking about hunter-gatherers who, according to everything we learned, didn't have the capability, the knowledge, or the organization to construct something like this. But they did. The temple covers 22 acres. Its central feature? Massive T-shaped limestone pillars, each weighing up to 16 tons, some standing 18 feet tall. These aren't crude. They're carved with precision. Some feature intricate reliefs: snakes, scorpions, boars, birds. So here's the question. How? How did hunter-gatherers with no permanent settlements move and carve 16-ton stones? How did they organize hundreds of people to construct something of this scale? How did they develop the engineering knowledge to make it structurally sound? The mainstream answer? We don't know. But that's not the real shocker. Archaeologists found something else, evidence of massive feasts. We're talking thousands of animal remains, gazelle bones piled up in layers. This suggests that Göbekli Tepe wasn't just a temple. It was a gathering place, a center that attracted people from across the region, which means these hunter-gatherers weren't just organized. They had culture. They had ritual. They had something important enough to leave their wandering lifestyle and come together. This changes everything about human development, but it gets stranger. After 1,000 years of active use, the temple was deliberately buried, not destroyed, buried, carefully, with sediment, like someone was preserving it for the future. Why would you do that? Archaeologists have theories, but none of them satisfy the evidence. Some suggest it was a spiritual practice, preserving sacred ground. Others think a change in climate forced abandonment. But consider this. If you built something that monumental, that required that much effort and coordination, would you just abandon it? Would you bury it and leave? Unless you knew something was coming. Unless you were protecting it. Here's what really bothers mainstream historians. Göbekli Tepe proves that human civilization is far older and far more sophisticated than we thought. It proves that our ancestors were capable of far more than we give them credit for. It suggests that everything we think we know about human progress is incomplete, maybe wrong, and we've only excavated a fraction of the site. Archaeologists estimate that 95% of Göbekli Tepe remains buried. What else is down there? What other impossible structures are waiting to be discovered? The implications are staggering. If hunter-gatherers could build temples and coordinate massive gatherings 12,000 years ago, what else could they do? What knowledge did we lose? Mainstream archaeology doesn't want you asking these questions. It's easier to maintain the narrative of linear human progress. Hunter-gatherers here, farmers here, civilizations here. Nice and neat. But Göbekli Tepe ripped that narrative apart, and we're just beginning to understand what it means. Here's the thing. These discoveries keep happening. More temples are being found. More evidence is emerging. But it takes years to excavate, study, and release findings. By the time mainstream media covers it, the story's old news. That's why you're here. That's why smart people subscribe to this channel, because we cover the stories before they go mainstream, the mysteries before they become textbooks. So if you want to stay ahead of history, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and comment below. What do you think Göbekli Tepe really was? Ancient airport? Astronomical observatory? Religious center? I'm dying to know your theories. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.